You know this is going to be good when it sets up for the Harvest Moon Festival arc. So play that intro. Ladies and gentlemen, The Boy Who Lives meets IMP, Chapter 32. And this one is more of a setup chapter, in my opinion. Now, a lot of you are probably going to have your own opinions of this chapter, but this chapter alone not only is fun as hell and is funny as hell, but is also setting up for the next arc. And since episodes 5 and 6 of helluvaboss not only, of course, showed us an introduction of a very cool, badass character who has a little fan art already, but also shows us Millie's parents. So I am looking forward to that. And of course episode 6 was Truth Seekers, which will play a part in this story as a whole, I can already tell, but let's wait till the end of the video to get my speculations on those two episodes and how that's going to play out. So, what happened? Well, the creepy old guy in the Harry Potter movies gets freaking tased. And Dumbledore takes Harry into his office and begins talking with him, and the conversation in there is goddamn hilarious because Harry Potter is trying his best not to reveal things of his past. He's trying to be that, basically, I don't give a fuck about you, I'm not here to be your friend, I just want to get through this goddamn education system. Kinda like me in fucking high school. I didn't give a shit about high school, I just wanted to get through the bullshit and dealing with all the chuckle-fuck liberals and fucking Democrats who kept bullying my ass throughout high school. That's a video for another day, I promise you guys. That's a personal video. But basically being that kid who just does not give a shit about the education system, does not give a shit about the place he's learning at, he just wants to get through this shit so he can go on with his goddamn life. But the big thing about this, though, is that this chapter does introduce a lot of cool things about Harry and sort of the perception of Dumbledore. Dumbledore does notice that Harry is wearing a glamour, or a disguise spell. Doesn't understand why, but a lot of things are revealed, and we actually do see a lot more of this stuff, including him wanting to talk to Harry's adopted parents. However, Harry does lie in saying that his parents travel a lot, and isn't really staying in one place very long. Which is not a lie, technically. I mean, Millie and Moxie do travel a lot, and Eminem does not stay in one place, technically. But he does say that he could get him a meeting with Master Stolas. At which point in time, Harry does call Stolas, and oh boy, Harry tells him that he fucked up big time. And Stolas, thinking that Harry meant with his daughter, went dark as hell. But Harry, of course, told him, no, it wasn't with your daughter, it's not with Via, it's not with Octavia. He basically tells him that he told the headmaster about him in some parts of hell, but didn't really tell him the whole truth, told him a half-truth. Which Stolas is taking very well, actually. He assumed this was going to happen, and he was prepared for it. So, yeah, we're probably going to get a meeting between Stolas and Dumbledore, which is what you would think is going to happen starting out in this chapter, but no! Instead, we then go to the next goddamn day, and, ladies and gentlemen, I don't like Malfoy as a character much, but he does have some redeeming qualities.
Bullshit! Bullshit! Bullshit!
What a story, Mark.
But in this story, of course, he is an insufferable Sieg Heil jackass. Of course. Oh boy, this is where it gets fun. So I'm gonna spoil a little bit of this with you, but it's never really made clear what happened to Helm, because he pisses off Harry. insulting his family, which we do get a point of view from Hedwig, the demon owl that Octavia gifted him and is able to understand, she's able to understand him, and the owl sees Harry as a future mate to Octavia, which is kind of a cool little hint as to whether or not the author is going to try and set Harry up with Octavia, which, in my opinion, if I'm going to be honest, I think Luna balances out his personality a little better. I mean, Octavia does balance out his personality a little better, and they did have a very good scene in the extermination arc, where she had to comfort him with the song that her father sang to her in episode 2 of in Helluvaboss. But what I am going to say is this: Octavia and Luna both balance Harry's personalities out very well. And I'm going to leave that to you guys in the comments section. You have your shipping wars. Just fucking go at it in your opinion of why Luna or Octavia is better for Harry. But moving on. So it's implied that Harry used a Muggle weapon against Malfoy. I'll be honest, I have reread this thing several times. I may have missed it, but either he shanked him, or hit him with a pair of brass knuckles, strangled him, tased him, or pepper sprayed him. Either way, I don't care. He obviously used a non-lethal means to take him out, to take him down. However, he does get the tension with Snape, and because of a little thing that happened in the previous chapters, Harry asked Luna to dig into Snape's history, kind of find out some dirt on him, and brings up Snape's backstory, a history as a Death Eater, and some people he did kill, and that got him out of detention fucking early. And then we get to the parents, to M&M.
You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Oh boy. So, Dumbledore sends them a letter and is wanting to meet them because of Harry's antisocial behavior, him not being open, being cold, blah blah blah. Who gives a shit? If his grades are good, no one should give a shit. Okay, just leave the kid alone and let him be his own thing, in my opinion. If he wants to be a loner, let him be a loner in school. Doesn't really give a shit. Just... You're using these kids for test scores anyway and to get state funding. Who gives a shit? But Millie is not exactly happy, and already is threatening to pull Harry out of that school.
Oh, hell no!
And so, I can already see the meeting not exactly being good. I can already see the meeting, not only between the parents and Stolas, being very goddamn heated, and Millie wanting to kill a son of a bitch. Be it fucking Snape or Dumbledore. I can see her wanting to shank someone in that meeting. But before I go into any more speculations, I will say this. The chapter is good. It's great for setting up future events. While not as expansive as what we see in previous chapters, it's still good. And the author has confirmed this has setting up the Harvest Moon Festival arc and the Truth Seekers arc for the story. Now, I want to go ahead and give speculations on the meeting, the Harvest Moon Festival, and the Truth Seekers arc. The meeting is going to be hell. I can already see Stolas basically pulling his own weight, basically telling Dumbledore to back the fuck off. In that his education system is not good enough for his pupil. Millie and Moxie trying to be the level-head one in the relationship, and Millie, of course, being the more hothead one, threatening to pull Harry out of the damn school because she herself believes that it's not helping her son. And all the bullying, all the name-calling, everything is not worth it for that education when Stolas, his private tutor, essentially, can do fucking better and is leagues above whatever the hell Hogwarts can do, while not revealing that he is a hell overlord, or an overlord of hell.
You damn straight!
But that's about my speculation on the meeting. Now, as for the Harvest Moon Festival arc, well, I can see that Moxie is still not liked by the parents, but in terms of Harry, yeah, no, they're gonna shower their grandson with love, with gifts, and basically be like, how's my little dragon boy? Or, how's my little dragon? Basically loving the hell out of him. And then when the Striker shows up, I can see Harry actually saving his parents, and not... having Millie essentially get her leg clamped by a damn bear trap. As for the fight itself, Harry is definitely going to be an instrumental role, I can see, as well as him letting out his more angry side. Kind of like in Young Justice Abridged with the angry Scottish woman side, or the angry English woman, angry Brit side of, Artemis. Just saying. For anyone who's not watched Young Justice Abridged, seriously, go check out that series. It's actually really good on YouTube. As to how that's going to turn out, I can definitely see Harry backing up his dad. I can see Moxie still being the man of his own, getting approval of the parents, and again, just one of those things. As for the Truth Seeker episode, this is where things are going to get really fun, because the government, or at least dorks, are going to be a little curious as to why a human boy is with them, or Harry is going to be basically in the logistical role. But when his parents, or at least his dad, is captured, much like Moxie, or Millie, my bad, much like Millie, Harry is going to be fucking furious.
Okay, so what do you need besides a miracle?
Guns. Lots of guns.
And is going to murder people left and right to get his dad back. Or he might be in the same boat as them and maybe exposed to the truth bomb and kind of reveal some stuff of how he's feeling. Again, things are definitely going to be interesting, just saying. Overall, though, what do I think of this chapter? As stated before, I think it's actually really good. It's setting up for a lot of stuff that I really do hope the author does pay off on. I'm definitely wanting him to expand a little more. Maybe we get to see a little bit more family time. Maybe much like in, of course, the Imp's Guide to Raising a Boy Wizard, we see a little bit more of the family-loving Harry. His aunts, his uncles, really showering him with love. Just a kind of nice contrast to what we saw so far. Maybe have the grandparents be those doting grandparents who spoil their grandkid and want them to grow up to be nice and strong, proud of the family name, or, showering them with stories of greatness and grandeur of their family. Again, I want to see a little bit of family interaction between Harry and the grandparents, or, something along that nature. As for the meeting, I really do hope we get paid off, because if the bastard blue balls us, I'm not going to be happy. As for everything else, however, it's still good, and I would recommend you guys go read this one for yourselves. And let me know in the comments section down below what you think. And of course, activate the shipping wars. Harry and Luna, or Harry and Octavia? Let me know down below which ones you want him to be shipped with. And, that's about it. Anyway, thank you all for watching. As always, I've been your Soft Owl, and, next time we go back to another Harry... Well, no, I'm not gonna do that to you guys. Instead, let's go to Freedom Rings and continue where we left off, and, kind of see where things end up, shall we? Till next time.